Yeah, the Chinese room. I honestly think Frictional Games might have only designed parts of this, because there is something notably different about it. Your dragon sworders are like, yeah. I should also be more, resistant to heat because red dragon, but at the same time, apparently it's heat overload. Jay Sloan, welcome, little bro. I don't recall what I was doing. Oh, right, yeah, I think I escaped from something in the dumbwaiter.
Quickly, Mantis, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
Informative? It's the internal heat. Yeah, I'm a very, very hot person, and not in the attractive way. July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate the assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brandenburg infusion vitae to 1 part orgone monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable but highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body it's highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. We don't do self-deprecation here. Well, you don't. I do. Yeet. It's very dark. Oh yeah, I forgot that the lamp is just infinite here. The downside of the lamp is literally, you might get seen by its light. Oh god. Sounds like my body when I'm trying to move. Why can I move that? Of all things, why is the armrest I can move? And what the fuck is up with that? Pretty sure not even the most hardened leather does that. I'm very, very certain that that is not how leather do. I've been playing too much Thief. Yeah, no, enough of that. Because I looked over here, I saw this like, oh, loot. And I was like, oh, wait, I know. I'm not playing Thief. Doesn't get me as much with this game because this game doesn't have the heartbeat. Being sprayed as well. I apparently have 2 heights. Standing tall and firm and stiff-backed and laying on the floor. Hey Mark, how you doing? I'm not at the moment. My wife's not here. I wouldn't be doing it on Twitch either. I don't want to get banned. I don't think I even want to know what this thing's used for. Low temperature storage. Or that. What's this? Holding pen. Holding pens. You know what? Given the choice between somewhere chilly and somewhere with potentially people in, I'm going to go with somewhere chilly. Oh, you fuck! What the dick and shitty fuck wank is that thing? Okay. I thought being down here would be less monstery, but no. Welcome back, DJ. What the bloody hell's that? Your worst nightmare? Did George shut you in? Thankfully, no. Off? But what is off? Warning, inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit, I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it, I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple in a me, my teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all, gathered what I can, push them back into my grey gums, with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not us all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under the blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed under the blanket, I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Ah. That bit's fun epic, but no, they did not pick it up before Ghost 1. I'm epic to the devs' first game. My first death was from gold. Picked up and it killed me. I killed a snake and evil spirit possessed me and went snake, snake, snake. But D&D like but you attack whenever you want to platform. Fair. I don't like the fact that whatever I saw went in here and I've not seen anything else. Came out was a coffee brand energy drink you had death something. Death wish. Oh no, wait. No, it wasn't Death Wish, it was Skull Crusher. Death Wish is the US version, but Skull Crusher is the UK version. Well, that went somewhere. What's the name? I actually don't know. I don't think there is one. I think it literally just is. It's called Skull Crusher in the UK. I think that's the only difference. I also do not like this music. Oh shit, it's following me! Oh, good God, run! Oh, good God, they put... Oh, why? Why? Oh, wow. That's gonna hurt. Jesus fuck. God's almighty, I'm sore. I'm sorry, right? I'll be gentler with you next time. So someone mentioned how much caffeine is in that Prime. Turns out each can of Prime energy has 200 milligrams of caffeine, putting it almost 3 times a Red Bull. I think Skull Crusher's got more. I actually think it's got more because I worked it out. It's like 1 cup of Skull Crusher is equivalent to like 7 normal cups of coffee. I had that and I was flying.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, no, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Skull Crusher per count advertised at 60 milligrams. Really? I distinctly remember having mine. It said 350. Rising to launch you yet. Apparently you're very eager to get into the threesome ride. I've just been there. That's where the Oogie thing was. Packing 350, Jesus. 850 milligrams of coffee, that's 3 times more than your average black coffee. Skull Crusher is the world's strongest coffee, deliciously full-bodied, smooth-tasting coffee that hits hard, making it perfect for those early mornings, late nights. I read late thighs. Just putting it out there. I mean, yes, if I drink a cup of Skull Crusher, I'm going to be a menace to most people's thighs, but yeah. Oh, my Google told me 60 milligrams per cup. Lies to you, Mal. Hello, welcome Daft. Quick Google search. Yeah, I remember 350 from looking at the packet. I mean, it's been a while since I had it. Oh, per fluid ounce is 60. Right. That's a... Oh, something's moving out there. They're talking about the developer making walking simulators before some may go back to it. They have went back and made a 2D one. See, I think they already like. I think my favorite game already was after this one because I cannot remember when this was. Give me a sec. Oh, geez. Oh, thank you, borderless Windows. Apparently, oh, good. Done. That's gone. Fine. Okay, so this was released in 2013, and. Yeah, and the other game that they've made that I'm familiar with is 2015. So yeah, they did go back to walking simulators after this. Makes more sense. Yeah, that does make more sense. 13. So yeah, 2 years after this, they made the game that I know the Chinese room from. Do not like the noises I'm hearing at all. I just don't. Oh no! Why am I? Do not startle or upset the acquisitions. Oh no, why is there cage maze? I don't know, why is there a okay. Thank you, Mal. Well, we're getting somewhere with these at least. I can see the bottom of one of the receptacles. Oh. It tastes like what I imagine most of this shits out. If I don't have to dip and fuck your taste buds, I'll dip your testicles in acid. You go PC up and running. Woo! It is awful. God, I miss British jelly beans. Also hate the fact that oh, I don't like that. Whoops. Hear one of the oinkers. Which weirdly, despite their massive size and brute strength, they can't open doors. Or at least the one that I got away with was foiled by a closed door. August 20th, 1899. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They're the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. Oh, sorriest. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding of their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, we give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas, I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed and bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We've removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walked amongst them. My children, I whispered to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. Ha! They don't have thumbs. Damn it. I could wreak so much destruction. But why? Why do I not have thumbs? Too polite. There's not even a knocking. What the f— that is not how teddy bear. Give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna— there we are. We have the screenshot ready and saved, I believe. No, we don't. I remember now. Yeah, the screenshot of this was so bloody broken that I had to basically get a stock image. To make a mentally sound individual. Yes, very much so. Would trust. Wholly recommend. Why has he got his arm? Bouncy, 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 bouncy. It's always bears. It's always bears. Or flowers. Bobble bear. Thanks, brain.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Okay. So you typed bubble bear and my brain immediately went, bubble bear, yeah. Bubble butt. I'm like, oh, good God, no. Brain, stop being horny in the horror games. Okay. Don't know what will ever happen. Yeah. Most of the time when I'm playing horror games, I'm like, I'd fuck it. Bubble butts, insert corgi. You were closed a second ago. You were closed and locked a second ago. Oh, fucking damn it, those masts. Whole different genre. Appropriate response to wiggle wiggle butts, but also actually got me. Thanks, Vesp. I was on guard for that one. I saw it. Ah.
Hunger.
Well, apparently, yes, I am hungry because Darth wants me to eat a hate sponge. Let me just find out what one it's going to be. Get the wheel to side up screen. Roll a d6. Boop. It's a Star Crunch. It's not been Star Crunch for a while. I've only got 2 more of them after this. Bear in mind, these have been sitting here for a while now. They're individually wrapped. Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh, God. Thank you, Phoenix, for your contribution to the SCP Stream Challenge. Redeem. Kipper, it's your fault snacks like that exist. Now fuck off. Yeet! Come on, game. You are allowed to start boiling kettle. I did switch you on. There we go. I was going to say, usually when I turn things on, they get hot pretty quickly. Oh, good God, brain. In a complete 180, brain has gone from being horny to being mean. It's like system boards keep into existence. Damn you, little Debbie! I also want to put the camera up a little bit because you lot can't really see it. I mean, I can see quite clearly now, but you still can't according to the preview. TL's like, nah, fam, say cold. God. TL's decided not to say. So, here's the thing. This is all verging on, you know, being luminescent for me. And you still can't see it at in viewing. So if I whack it to maximum, so maximum gamma, you still cannot bloody see anything. Like, this is as bright as the game goes. What happens if I use this? Oh, good God. Quarter round raid Q tank in need. Where's my damn privilege? Healers adjust. Look, that's my old friend. Looks like I can clearly see him. I want to move from these ley lines. Ah, yes. Black Mage 101. Fuck, saw me, saw me, saw me, saw me, saw me, saw me, saw me. He won't find me here. Even if he does, he can't get me. Gotta make you move. All I'm just thinking now is if you do that in a raid, there is going to be one time where I just go, rescue! According to the game, we are blind. Yeah. Like, I wish I could take a screenshot of just how this appears to me. Actually, no, I probably can. Not a screenshot, but I can show you what this looks like to me. Video capture device. Create new. Ooh, hi. Alright, so this is my other webcam, which, good God, that looks weird. Right, let's bring the thing up. So, this is what it looks like for you. What it looks like for me. I'll turn the light off. Oh, look. Look how much you can actually see on my screen. Granted, it's not much more, but you can actually see what's going on. Compared to the main screen, you can't see a fucking thing. So, yeah. It looks crap. If your screen is a big monitor, it looks like first gen night vision. Pretty much looks me. Yes, I live in one. Witchcraft. There's a former black mage and white mage main. I've done both. Surprised. Really not surprised.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
And that, yeah, that ring really got me. Don't think it's a... The being dark for us makes it more atmospheric. I mean, I'm looking at the preview now, and now that actually looks fine. So, apparently, I've just got to have no shadows in my game. Same issue, game screen looks fine, stream feed dark as fuck, happened with both PC games and stuff from the capture card. Makes me think there's a settings issue. I don't know where it is. There's another problem, I guess, with it. I mean, I don't think it's just this game. I mean... Because the gamma and the contrast, I still can't see much. Because now everything that was in dark is just in blobs of green. Excuse me, blobs of green. Brain, you are not playing thief. Stop thinking you can snuff out the candles. Stop wanting to snuff out the candles. Light is good. This is the console stuff. I can raise the capture feed's brightness. PC, I'm out of luck. Ah, fuck. I think I actually want to... Oh, it can't be opened. Good. I say it can't be opened. It's probably going to get burst open. The pig thing's going to come out of it. Okay. I'm guessing this is a map of the area, and I am here. That's probably going to kill me. You can fuck off with that. You can doubly fuck off with that, little kids. That's a lot of blood. Missed your option. August 4th, 1898. More experiments with Compound X. Took the drug and injected it with strychnine. After the unexpected convulsions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction core for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced, however damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put bullets in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps yes, it's after all known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Ew. Children laughing in a horror game is a big nope. Yep. Really is. Q? Oh, it turned the steam off. And now it's sealing me in with this thing. Why did I have to be sealed in? Fuck is this? What is this for? Massage. Yep. Some form of bizarre mixing device of chemical compounds. It positively reeks the foul fluids I've seen too often before. It's clearly a compound, some volatile but bastard of two incompetent ingredients. I should wager I'll find them close by. You're screwed. I wish. Oh, you mean... Never mind. Have the compound. It hisses and steams in its container like some living thing. A witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice made unless there is some particular reason where the metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with the so-called Compound X. I should investigate further for clues. But what's it used for? What do I need to melt? That, probably. Imagine if this was fragile so much so that even the slightest knock destroys it. You gotta do the entire thing again. Yeet. Clearing another passage beyond the locked gate seems to have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Okay. Oh, it said it was light sensitive, didn't it? Clever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that kids are dead. Or hallucination. Or a dead hallucination. This leaking world, the bottle of gin was empty. Gin! Sleep seemed impossible. Above the skyline of London, he could only see the temple rising to the smog. Absolutely the fuck not. Yep. Why have my eyeballs been smudged? Stinky. October 22nd, 1899. Naturally, once split, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for gambroling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. Excuse me. At the center of the machine, there's a component that must be kept at consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of products throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements of increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of connection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. Oh. Don't cross the streams.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Lovely. Really, really glad smelling is not a thing in these games. Oh, you cocks! They brought those fucks back. Lovely. Oh yeah, apparently because people do want it. Why? Oh god. So people who play hentai games and never had a real partner can know what a real other person smells like. My brain's going to all different kinds of places today. From horny self-deprecation to just being outright mean, apparently. I don't like those things. I didn't like them in the first one, and I don't like them now. Oh, why am I getting close to the water? You don't need to execute those people. I was just firing randomly in all different directions. If someone happened to be in the path and being the exact target of it, that's not my problem. Oh my, that's all that. I don't know the fact the only choice is to go towards it. But I don't need to go towards it. Can you close that behind me? Good job. Fucking ass monkeys. So I need to open the sluice gate so that this will flood down so I can go in there. Lovely. Oh look, I've gone from there right down to here. Must mean I'm near the end of the game, right? Right? Oh, shit. August 1st, 1899. Several of the older forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Chelm, and I am no Eliyahu. At least not quite yet. It is the heat generated from from keeping the doorway between open as is flame. We cannot simply pack them with coolant, as we do the centre of where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by freezing temperature of those towers. Up here, where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated, and their duality tears them asunder. As the other place flies from their cells and their vitae splinters, they live sporadically, torn from one world to the other and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world, then they are torn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. They are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. Did they just actually explain why those invisible water demons are a thing? Oh, I kind of preferred it not being explained. Curiously, I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. Oh.
Faster, Mandus. Drain the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
Well, that's worrying. So how do I open sluice gate 2? Is it the other way? Or is it more of the same way? Or is it something completely different? Neither. It won't budge, even though it says... What about this? Maybe if I stick my dick in it. Ugh. Nope. Nope, that is just rabies and tetanus. Why would you do that? It's a semi-appealing hole at waist length, at waist height. What do you want me to do? Ooh, it's on the other side. I don't like that. Oh, great, this is opened now. Fan-fucking-tastic testicles. I think part of the effects of the water height have seeped through the door. Oh, shit. Literally. Yeah, I see you down there among the poo nuggets.
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one.
Mr. Douglas, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer, this visionary with whom you have embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return? Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Fair. Right, hello and welcome. Now, Pig, what kind of machine do I get? Nail clippers. Don't spend it all in one place. Oh, yeah. Penis. Glad that moving away at quite high speeds. I mean, I'm good. Oh, look. Oh, no, I can find. February the 17th, 1899. As I said, look, my darlings, can you see it? And they said, yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. A tall, weathered cap of a steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt, stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about intertwining the staccato steps that thrive about the step, serpents that thrive about the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten, and this is where the king is sat. And this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead. And here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. Don't go wasting that protein. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could have fallen on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was they could simply not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling upon them. Don't know about you, but when I see... When I see him, like, the Aztec/Mayan beliefs, I don't ever think, maybe they didn't go far enough. Right, House of the Dead, where? A very, very old game title. I believe it's actually still going. Oh, that's uncomfortably high now. Yeah, this is definitely where the idea from Soma came about. Nothing got remade. Wow, why? Just thought it was music starting. I said something about both our music tastes, so we kind of had the same idea. Well, look, there's music. I'm probably going to get copyright claims for that on YouTube. Oh, there's two of them now. Okay. Sure, one of them just got bitch slapped. Oh, there's another, and another of them. Oh, lovely. Little piggies, no. Well, those ones are definitely having roast beef. Well, apparently people want it. I can understand. Like, why didn't they just make more of them rather than, you know, remaking? Because it's a light gun game. They don't exactly have that much depth. It's also a movement very shit, so people say, again, light gun game, not surprised. I don't like this. Just gonna leave that. Just gonna leave him right there. Put a door between us. I'll solve matters. So sure I actually want to look in these. There's quite a few of these things. You say that? I mean, I could if you wanted to. If you want me to. That. Hello, welcome, Torian. Remember, work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. Oh my god. We're in a place where there's no sex allowed. Fuck. I'm out of here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, his arm bone sticking out of his elbow. Oh, no. I'm gonna leave you in peace, lad. Yeah, just this is fine. I'll go into the no sex place first. Ah. Sex should be allowed in the workplace. Sir, this is a Wendy's. I said what I said. Well, finally, time for something I'm very adept at. Time to go into the hole. Well, it's very dark. I've barely done anything. Stop having an orgasm already. Or has it just been that long for you? Ow. That shortfall broke both my ankles, apparently. I think this might have been the way that I was supposed to fall down so I didn't break myself. Whoops. And down into another hole. Oh, good God. Both holes at once. Oh, someone's in for a nice surprise. Okay, it's not letting me go down the normal way into the hole. Well, needs must. See, now that's the sort of time I expect an orgasm. Another one's I'm going deeper. Horror aspects, tension in the atmosphere, what the fuck's that? I'm just getting horny, apparently. Bilge pump maintenance access. Well. Malk, horny? Never. If anything, I'm probably too horny. My Wi-Fi starts again out of nowhere. Stream wouldn't stop buffering. Oh, God, excuse me. I'm tied to spine. Who was that third? That shadow, that spirit child in the background? Something. Did we say deaths all good together in the last 5 minutes? Not really, no. Song run rabbit in my head, but replacing the rabbit with pig. Run, piggy, run, run, run. Here comes the farmer with his gun. Except I'm the farmer and the gun's my dick.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mendes.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer.
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
Sounds a bit Bernie. Please. Sorry, did my terrible jokes make you just go, ha, and you hated it?
He's here!
I don't like it.
I said you'd come.
Oh, I missed a few of these. The flooded tunnels, my mischievous friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I'll have to find the local sluice pipes to drain up the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded these tunnels, though? What did he hope to achieve? Let's go check on dog as well. Waking up. Yes. Oh, fair. Kids ain't real. Nope. Still blame your phone. Yep. Mandus post-diluvian. That's done it. Now we can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again and move onwards. The waters are pushed back, making the way to Bilge clear, where I can divert the remains of this filthy torrent back to the Thames, where it belongs, and clear the path to the centre of the machine. Nest of wretches. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures. No mind, my instincts have drawn me thus far, and I'm sure that somewhere in this dank complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet, I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they are so very human, so very childlike, and I will not think of what I have seen, of the chairs and the cages, and I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. The pump rooms. These must be the bilge pumps. I am at the heart of the saboteur's efforts in order to keep his flood in place. He must disable these vast pumps, but he was clearly rushed thus far he's left most of his work incomplete. His clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all he could find. If I can look at the controls, the remedy will be simple. Why do I get the feeling that I'm the saboteur? Don't get games that say borders, but you can't actually click out of the border. Usually because their idea of borderless, it just doesn't have, you know, anything around the edges visibly. Like, this one does not. But, you know, that's just full screen. Nice try, Phoenix. Lovely. Brain, why? The problem with fucking an invisible monster is you'll never see it coming. I hear it though.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children.
Not sorry.
Beckoning me to set them free.
Sure. It's not the first time I've seen that trick used. I've played Fear. Ah. That's getting into Kotorian. There was a slight misspelling, though. You never see if coming. Stop laughing. James goes for random quotes and gets easy filling delicious. Would you like me to correct it, Torian? Darth got quote blocked. Right, cool down. Hang on, I said the monsters were childlike. Oh god, the children in the game probably is. Some of those probably. Probably. No problem. Best goes for random quote and gets high descent. Or high decent. Yeah, that's definitely decent. Nah, it's a machine for pigs, not wolves. Stop, ensure all wheels are in place for correct operation of pumps. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're all in the correct place. They're all there. Look at these. Dove goes random quote and gets Kipper, you're almost as cute as the green thing. Almost. 902. Oh, those things. Yeah. The Kadamas. Phoenix goes for a random quote. Says error code 404. Bullshit not found. Technically a free Kipper affirmation. Technically, yes. There we go. Nice Stuntorian. But that quote's not quote 404. Yeah, sadly can't control what numbers the quotes are. Fucking masks. Pops on your computer face there. Ah. Phoenix goes quote 404 and gets Mal, your cream smells like lavender. It does. Oh my. Yeah, I sadly left Mal's cream back in the UK, so got to be very, very careful with our current Mal. We can't clone another one to replace him yet until I get some more cream. 1,000 pipes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I'm trapped in some great game. Forced to undertake endlessly accumulating levers for promised reward of my darling children. Hang on a second. Weird delay is longer on my PC on my phone. Very weird. Doesn't want me going down that side of it. Oh no! Oh fuck me, no! Fuck! Not believing in my bollocks, that's for sure. Jesus. You dropped your cousin. Hopefully so you Can we get 2 Fs in chat for N-Warbs and Vesper's coffee, please? Oh, I just realised that I needed to pour my tea. That's the sound. I mean, if you're hearing that many sloshing sounds, you know you're doing something right with your technique. Ah. I need some butternut squash. Wouldn't mind some, actually. Quite a fan of it. Ah, shite. But it really is. I'm just glad those things can't climb up. Why does... why are there 2 ways to go? Why are my hands and elbows so fucking itchy? Oh yeah! Fucking hypersensitivity. Oh, nice and Pitzorian. Optimistic sullen ape tebowing. Eating Mal's cream. Probably, yeah. That's not squash, acorn squash. Hey, just squash in general. Don't think I like that. Really don't. Council of Fuzzy. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's thank you, Torian. Where is it? Camera, bird, deactivate, activate. Boop. Oh well. Thanking you. Yeet. Oh god, that would belong in a fail completion. Don't. I would have laughed that damage and killed me. I would have laughed so hard if that had killed me. There's actually no reason to go down that other way. There. Main pump controls. So my hips. Oh look, I'm down here already. Blood breach. Emergency shutdown in place. Why am I getting the feeling this game is a lot shorter than the first one? Shit, there's 2 wheels missing from this one. Oh, there's the other one. Taking that. I'm being fished. That gonna open? Right now. I see. Good one. How did he die? Don't know. Dave? No, he was killed by a ladder by the looks of it. Oh, how sad. Okay, I got going from the computer. I need to go check on the doggers. I'll be like while I drive. No problem at all. Drive safe, Torian. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to do white bollocks, you wanker. You Torian for your contribution to the SCP stream, but as well. Challenge. SCP challenge. Phoenix goes for random quote, gets moved pool by Lydia. And Darth goes for a random quote and gets... I feel like my face is trapped between Satan's arse cheeks after a Taco Bell night. I'm very certain that was a sour. Ah, steam, so refreshing. Thank you, Ride, for wanting a punishment seed. Well, sadly, the ones that have got the most at the moment are the chocolate ice with sprinkles. Ow. Ah. Oh. Whoever the fuck decided that chocolate and jelly beans should go together needs to be thrown into the sun. Ha. Phoenix goes to random quote and gets Chaos is coming. Weirdly enough, that never got said on the Total War stream. But to be fair, I wasn't actually fighting Chaos. Was a punishment seed. These. Krispy Kreme flavored jelly beans. They are absolutely fucking foul. Hydration reminder, Phoenix, just as my tea's ready to be drunk. Well, weird idea. I fully agree. It's also revolting. I think you're in for the hydration reminder as well. Ah, God. Or systems access. Yeah, well. We'll share this discussion for another time. Meh. Yeah, try to get through the airlock with a chair in there. The children dancing. He obsessively scans newspapers and periodicals for new inventions. They are the architecture to various tools, he proclaims. Edwin and Enoch just play on unaware. You could say with what I threw there, I'm a charitable person. So I'm getting the real donuts from a local donut school, local Maple Donuts. I do not like donuts. Really have booger flavored. Honestly, I think I'd actually take that over that. Because, you know, it would taste like you touring because you're a bugger. Fine children, the flood is drained, I have prevailed, the saboteur is beaten, my heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in furthest anticipation. House machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent, the final descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. Fuck. Almost harvesting season. Ah! Oh, damn it, Red. Oh, God. Oh, God. Tastes like the south end of a northbound Chihuahua. Ah. Ugh. I'm finished for deemed a push recharge, which means I need to very quickly drink my current cup of tea. Oh, after that, and after that, the only thing that I can think of the person who invented these flavors going through their mind was March 15th, 1899. Curled into my bunk, all sick and sweat-ridden. They clean my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within the gentlest of stones. It sings to me, and I dream of a great machine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten ribcage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me as we rolled sick and heaving, and I remember when we pulled into Southampton and we both wept, for it was every bit as much desecration has been sung to me. Yeah, Southampton's a shithole. Not as bad as Birmingham, still. And then we came to London, and I set it upon the mantelpiece, and went into the house and gathered the servants and set on recrafting them. Then I went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls on the weeping bulges of rhododendrons. Yeah, sounds very London behaviour. Oh. Thank you, Ride, for your contribution to the SCP stream challenge. Oh. Exactly enough left in the kettle for that last cup. Awesome. Weeping bulge. Yeah, the camera's... Oh, fucking hell, the camera, thank you. There we are. I've just put down the title for this YouTube was going to be Weeping Bulges. When your arm came to frame, I don't know what. I don't know what it does. I don't know why. The heart of the machine. And when they first said "Daddy," my heart was molten, as if blood froze upon the ground was held to the sun to thaw and slop. Excuse me. And they were inseparable, always together, one soul and two bodies, and my love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to the sleeping faces. I would kill. I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I have fought through dark tunnels, great engines, the foulest of beasts. I have set my covenant and drained this flood, and I am come for you now, my darling boys. Mm-hmm. This ain't gonna go over well. Stop. No one on the worst person at this facility by order of the management. I am the management! Oh, I can't jump over the edge. Ah! Massive pipes, like it's intestines or something.
And you came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and reset you and I on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls, alone.
Hang on. that's pretty much what that voice just said, and then you set me upon the mantelpiece. So what he's referring to here, I set it upon the mantelpiece, was whatever that thing is. I'm thinking that I'm the one who's done all this. And there was no saboteur, it's me disabling and sabling everything to stop myself from getting back as I ran away. That's what I'm thinking. Because of course, hey, Amnesia.
For your children, Magnus, to spare them the world you have created. For us all.
Fair. Fairy snuff. Down. Let's get in that one, Antoine. Oh, there's a nice bit of timing. Oh, hello and welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. Hello and welcome, raiders. I'm getting the shite scared out of me. I will introduce myself after this because it's really freaking loud for no reason. And there you go.
Dear Christ, what is this place?
Yes, hello. My name is Markaya. I'm a variety streaming dragon. I'm currently doing Horror Mondays, which is currently what feels like towards the end of Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. Yeah, be welcome. Hello, welcome Raina VR, and hello and welcome yourself, Heather. As you should. Was not supposed, honestly, but good God. Oh, the main character's fucked with brain. I don't know. It really feels like the main character's the one who's done all of this and then ran off. I also feel like that's the only way I'm going to be able to go is through that door. Oh, bollocks.
I tried so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn, all to save them.
Okay. He's still taut. Levers. Yeah. Just like in real life, I have two levers at about crotch height, and wiggling them doesn't do much. Oh well. Actually, was there something I could read on the book that's over there? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. DJ wants punishment seeds. Well, this one is going to be an original glazed one. Oh, God. I feel like I've just cleaned out an entire establishment with my tongue alone. Ugh. I don't think it wants a hate sponge. Alright, give me 2 seconds to bring up the wheel of choice. Let's mark with all these complete as well. Alright, roll a d6. 3. Oh, it's a fudge round. That'd be cool today. They really are. I mean, that was redeemed 5 minutes later. It's not harvesting season yet. Oh, God. Never before have I lived in somewhere where boxes proudly advertise naturally and artificially flavoured. Make you round. Been there, done that. First time I came to America, Jesus Christ, I put on so much weight. America, yeah. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, God. That was awful. Went to America, eating made real food expensive. Malcolm, the fast food and the snacks there's no natural. That's BS. Post real food in media. I don't have Discord open. That might be why. Because I had to reboot my machine because OBS was throwing up an error. Get rid of the fish, and yes. Depending on the day or so. Get rid of the eggs. If it's cheap, it's going to be fake. Again, BS. Non-fish, you can have all the fish, Vesp. Rod control room. Oh, that's not good. What's wrong with eggs? Nothing generally. There is something wrong with me if I have too many eggs. Also, for some reason, hard-boiled eggs and me just really don't go well together because weird texture thing.
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane. Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition. Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore.
We've missed out all of those.
Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
I'm the whore, what do you need to ask, Professor? Scare out graphics again. At this point for my fam, if you want really good tasting meats, buy from the farm have a butcher so you know what you're getting. I'm not much into meat, so that really wouldn't do anything for me. Walking into that just reminded me of the thing from Metro Last Light. When you're going along the river thing in the boat, there's a part where you have to duck underneath a pole. If you don't, it does damage to you, and the guy piloting the boat says, "Oh, wait, watch, duck. I didn't think you needed to be told." Danger, Compound X, highly flammable, highly corrosive, highly toxic. Why does it sound like a very old Geiger counter? As in, like, a steampunk Geiger counter. Seriously? Was that all I had to do? Really? So do I just go back up and pull the levers now? I'll say something else about this. The puzzling element is greatly reduced from the first one. I don't know if I'm all that keen on that. But I kind of liked, you know, the puzzles where you had to think a bit in the original Amnesia. This... it very much seems to be, hey, look, you found component A, put into place B. Ooh. This feels like a bit of a nuclear silo. And Compound X is really starting to make sense as being some form of... brain, what's the word? Analogy for nuclear toxic waste. No? So what do I actually do? Weird. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. I didn't see this. So I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like that as I walk in, so... I need to see which ones are open. I want to be there, actually, should I? Wow. Thank you, Vest, for your contribution to the SCP Stream Challenge. Oh. Ignition control. Now to find the ignition control and start the machine once more. A later stage stride forth upon these catalogs. I am coming, my darlings. I have almost saved you. Oh no.
Quickly, quickly, the air is thin. The little faces tell no madness. They suffocate, they suffocate.
Yeah, that just sounds like I'm being manipulated. As usual.
Set them free. Set them all free.
Oh, that sounds very badly.
I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Boys. Boys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's creepy as all fuck. Oh, God! Well timed. Manda Saboteur. You can't come in. No, you can't come in. You must sleep in the ground, in the yard. Bad piggy, dirty pig, stinky, filthy animal. You bad child, you stinking child, you filth. Well, if anyone's got a degradation kink here, I think they just got off. Could also go swimming in their mind. Who just ripped a loud one. I'm blaming Anjanath. Legend. I thought it was going to be the end.
And emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
Seem like cat shits in the water bowl. 23rd December 1899. Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just this tiny cogwheels and clockwork, intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man be defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotaging this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn in new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century, with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands to the exposed wires, I ask myself this: is redemption possible for a creature such as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster. Dark. No more journal entries. Maybe the cat was protesting at the quality of the water Taurian. Such a regulation. Betrayed. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice on the telephone was him. Called it. What of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see around me. I cannot remember. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces and the inwards of humanity fell from an orifice turned agape into my own bifurcated heart. Someone shit in this man's cereal. Literally. Steam vents access is only at low pressure.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Where do you ask, Magnus? You know the answer well enough.
Lydia, hello and welcome. Crash through the door Kiryu style. Big boot. Oh Jesus, congratulations on your 30-month resub as well. Thank you very much. Very generous of you. The cat wants better water. Yeah. It's protest like, is this tap water? Shit. I demand only the finest, pure mountain spring water. Doing a smashy smashy. This water tastes like shit, how about that? August 31st, 1899. I had to go shopping, then I got stuck in the queue, and then we ran into an old friend. Oh, wow. About phlegm, the cat wants nothing but the best water. Oh my god. I mean, Lydia, you've actually... I think we're close to finishing this. Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. Oh, that's just horrific! It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize at source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away. After just a shortened broom, our little explorers venture into the dark. Amnesia walking sim. Pretty much. Of course, we can only keep pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapours when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending their comrades in afterwards to escape free of the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex through the pipes. I smile, tell them I'm so proud, and then feed them to the pigs. Oh, what the fuck was that?
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
They all seem to have. Oh, she knows. I told her. Like, as soon as I found out for myself, I DM'd her.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this. Can we save them?
When did I say that?
Like,
That is not me. That is not me!
all masks. I can barely see what's going on. It's not letting me use my lantern. Oh, flashbang out apparently. Jesus. Oh, lovely. December 1st, 1899. There was a spoon of medicine, I says, and it's a silver spoon what you did get born holding. Ever so painful for mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden and get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. The spoon was the same that you gave your twins, then you used it to dig a hole in their clockwork souls and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you dig next, I asked. You and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what have I become? What the fuck? One person before the flash goes live. See, there's one kind of flash that Lydia and Ride don't mind, and it involves me in no clothes. This is a very big open area. That looks like that might be the way out. Also feels like I need to shut off the steam before going up there. Okay, so let's go back and look at this one. Shotguns is correctly placed to avoid pressure projectiles. Child fatality this month 17. Shitting hell. Mantis is the saboteur. It seems that the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of the facility. Something I clearly did not realise in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. Havoc! Chaos. NB Chaos! Mwahaha! Yeah. Escape through the pipes. If in the throes of my evil I sent children into the pipes to clean them, it likely seems there is another entrance I can use to escape this noxious maelstrom of engines. I will ignore the burning in my nostrils from the fumes of that godless compound X that fuels these machines, and I will become the saboteur. I will destroy the pressure system, enabling me to enter the pipes without fear. Oh, the chaos. Pressure regulator. Oh good god, it's following. It's there. Oh good god, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, there's a lot of them. Oh shit, fuck, go, 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 go. Get out of the fuck. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Best one's a dad joke. Oh shit! Shit, 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 Stevie! This is not what I had in mind for a Stevie session.
You dreamt into being.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies. Kill them all.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the party? Because he didn't have the guts. Anything to save them. You profit my viscera, we make you escape further. You slit the throat, bleed out the pig, and release it into the curdle. That you set your species free. Jesus. Get an idea for contribution to the SCP stream route. Bucks Row! Ah!
Oh God, no, what have I done?
An ass. You know, blood. I am going to need more than blood and gin to get out of this nightmare. Closed. Some armor. Fucking hell.
Mandus, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
Why we fucking hell? I mean, it's already hot any time when we fuck, so, you know. What the fuck is this music? I don't know. Likely to get me copyright claimed on YouTube, though. Secondly, said Bucks Row Trees for the meme. October 25th, 1899. No one misses the poor. Round up some orphan and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and the gentleman applauds you. Colour beggar and the lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension. These so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful, they wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them, and then we will feed from them. Lovely. Pressure regulator. Some form of steam regulator, I'll wager if I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic. Certainly enough to force temporary stalling of this entire engine. That should cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat, I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayal boil into fury. I will not stand, I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the overman. Now quickly through these pipes before the pressure returns, they fill with boiling corrosive steam. I sense the machine snarl itself about me, its unholy inhuman mind coil and slick and send its dark tendrils through its conduits to repair the damage. I will return to the streets, I will fetch help, and I shall lead the people upon the factory, burn it to the ground and seal this evil place underground forever. All about me, the thundering of machinery, the blast of boiling steam. I cannot pass without fear of scalding. I'm a lobster, cracked and my circulation stagnated. My vital motions impeded. The steam will boil my hole unless I can find a way to shut it off. That seemed a bit, out there. Oh yeah, kids and good. No problem at all, I'm up. Thanks for coming as long as you did, and I'll see you later. Let's have a good evening. Oh, I see. Burner Street. Showing your face full of cookies.
Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as a king.
Do you remember science and hard work are the roads to heaven?
And you ascend to the skies and live in the heavens as your kingdom.
Oh, okay. And sit on the kitchen floor. At least shut my face into you, Lydia. Sat down, can't be asked. I feel that. Another journal thing. London's burning, London's burning. God forgive me, what have I unleashed? I stand and smell the burning city. I see ash upon the wind. I hear the roars of the sickening beasts and the screams as they fall upon the city and drag its people below for the slaughter. Now I begin to understand what the other composite ingredients of Compound X must be. I also understand this. It is my responsibility now. I must find a way back to the heart of the machine and complete what I started. So I just spent all that time getting out of there, so now I need to go back in there. Not my fault, floor's comfy. True. But you know what's also comfy, Lydia? Your thighs. 23rd December 1899. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me as his mouth is full of sulphur mustards. Why? Vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so very different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age, the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of the social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this for you where you cannot see it. If you are evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed. Enough, excuse me, I know, right? Yes, Lydia, your thighs are thick enough to accommodate a dragon. In many ways. God, that also sounds awful out of context.
Do you hear me, Mandus? This is what you planned.
This area is for horses only. Most carriages must use alternate entrance. Yep, yours too, Bess. Oh! Fuck! Oh god, it's following me. I'm being chased. Ow. too many of these damnations, these beasts loose on the streets who have all come from the engine rooms. As I emerged, I counted 3 of the damnable pneumatic lifts, which suggests the machine has been planning this for some time, smuggling routes to the surface all about this neighborhood. If my bearings are correct, beyond the alley I should stand directly over the ignition rooms, and I wager that if I find a pneumatic there, it will carry me back to the machine's heart.
Beast! Creature! Where are my children? Where are my children?
Mandus, if you haven't realized it by now, I don't think you ever will, but they're dead. You literally stood there and watched their forms rip their own hearts out and offer them to you. So, Machine Face Progress. Howdy King, hello and welcome, and thank you very much for the raid. Hello and welcome, Raiders. We are vastly approaching what I believe to be the end of this. Everyone said, honestly, Phoenix, I would not be surprised if that was the case. Farming the world. I saw the detritus of the so-called progress. I saw starvation, disease. I saw rubbish floating from the harbour. We are ruiners, all of us, and we make the world unclean. Lovely. Actually, seems my mum wants to... I was just about to say, see, so I don't know if my mods are here or not. I'll give you a shout out, but no, Lydia's right on that. Thank you, Lydia. Oh, last playing Elder Scrolls Online. Very nice. Trust you had fun? This game is actually kind of loud. I think it's only for me, though. Generic software on headphones. It's down to 3. Fine, it's just me then. On mobile today. Ah, makes sense. Of course. Because I highly doubt you would have taken your computer apart and taken it down to the kitchen to sit on the kitchen floor on it. Brain why. Counterattack. I have returned, an angel of vengeance, saboteur once more. I will find a way to stop this vast enterprise of slaughter. Enough destruction opened the heart before, confuse the machine enough to spring its locks. And secret doorways. I must cause a great shock, stab its eyes, poke hot wire into its ears, hammer to its teeth, and push glass into every orifice. Then it will gasp, and in that gasp I will scuttle into its throat and stab it from its heart from inside. What the fuck is that imagery? And hello, welcome, Widgren. Does open. No reason for me going up here instead, maybe? Oh, wow, it's the only thing. Oh! I'm being a menace. Electrification must be lethal to the touch. Now to confound the machine and flood the system. This time not with sewage but boiling, sparkling liquid death.
But will they be free?
Yes, my friend. Drained and bleeding.
So I was arguing with the dog about taking his medicine. Don't worry about it, Torian.
Free to ascend as smoke to the stars.
And the good?
Tripery.
How will we save them?
Show me these worthy Mandus. Show me these good.
Oh, his long thought he was calling him a little shit.
I do not see them.
What's that? So, compound. Oh, it's more compound. Oh, that's a lot of new Compound X. What's that? Compound X is the contacts. This vile concoction is Compound X is the arterial blood of this horror. Boiled, it creates the steam to drive pistons, but here it is freezing and flows all other components to keep them cool. Why should it be that deeper I go, the cooler it becomes? So what great process generates that such heat that the machine must quench it with the cocktail of blood and effluent? Ew. It was so lazy for some reason to have a bit of microwave pizza for dinner, especially when it's 6:30ish. Sometimes you just can't be bothered to make a full and proper meal. Besides, a lot of microwave pizzas I've had are actually really good. Hee I'm causing a menace. I'm doing everything a heck can concern. I can't. Nope, I need to go back up there. Oh, I see. Red microwave pizza entirely wrong. Wow. Excuse you. Oh. Pizzas and deep pre-decent as there's pierogi. Oh, nice. It's the final brain cell. Microwave penis. Yes. Rip and removal. Spark plug.
I know you, machine. I know what you fear. I will rain excrement into your very soul. I will destroy you.
You are too late, Mandus. My great works are almost begun.
Did you go to random quote and gets a dog almost ate my ponytail? Breathe some sneezing in this. He's on central operations. I mean, there might be another way that I can cut off your breathing, but and then Halo won't stop that. We can go to random quote against volumetric shit compressor. That's Disco Elysium. October 27th, 1899. And waste not, want not, for here the assorted slop and innards are sifted and sorted and enter the world through more channels and means more than one could possibly conceive. The product passes by the section of the engine as driven through the blade, splitting into two sections, ready for the butcher's block. And the interim is kept our freezer bags under the house, and heat produced naturally by the refrigeration process feeds into the pipes and crannies of these rooms, and is the very reason, my dear friend, that we can sit here in shirts and waistcoats but no jackets on a freezing winter's night. Well, the fire and the grate and discuss our great enterprise. The warmth in our bellies and toes may be attributed directly to those bellies and toes now even passing through steam, fire, and blades beneath our feet. I want to breathe, thank you. Breathing. Did you go for random quote? You get wild penis and mud-caked boobs. Sounds like pathologic too. Quote say. We can go to a random quote and get I'm not a masochist. Hold on, that very old one. Bribery. See, there's the big difference between me and Lydia. I'm not a masochist, she very much is. Look at her always playing on the hardest difficulty levels. Phoenix goes for a random quote and gets fuck off book. That's near. It's definitely near replicant. Oh. You like your hard? Yes, you do, Lydia. That's why you like me so much. Oh, God. God. Or he goes for a random quote. He gets, I have eggs in my womb. Him is saying, Mal. Poor Vicey. Yeah. Path to the Tripery. It's quickly injured now, I'm sure of that. It jeers no more. I feel it shudder around me, a wounded animal pressed flat into the ground. I feel it is afraid of me, and I hate it all the more. As I hate myself for unleashing it, my head pounds with blood, my teeth vibrate, I retch and burn with fever. I am an angel of death, descending to smother the firstborn for the death of the two that came after. My music box in a horror game, I know, right? We can go for random quote to get centipenis. That's a very Zero quote.
Towards the red light of the nursery. Sunset in the window like a bleeding sky. The horizon a slit throat. The seeping dark to drain the guilt from us. I am the jaguar-faced man. I am the feathered serpent. This priesthood is mine.
If you want to play on the easy difficulty, okay, but some achievements a lot. Depends on the game. Ooh, lovely. Please tell me they're not going to give me a gun. I mean, I kind of would like one at this point, but, you know. Like, some games also, I really do not mind playing on the hardest difficulty. Like, Evil West, for example. Loved that. Loved that and loved playing on the highest difficulty.
Great engineer, how marvelous. I must say, Mr. Manders, my excitement is almost unseemly.
Yes, I can see that. Step this way, Professor. I will be right behind you.
Manders? Manders, where the devil are you? I can't see a damn thing. Manders!
Oh.
We are the pig, Professor. We are all the pig.
Lovely. Zero, with that quote from Zero, very much proving that people on the ace spectrum say some of the horniest things imaginable. So wait till you see me, etc. in Odyssey. Oh, Jesus. And they're going to pull their hearts out again, aren't they? Yep. Well, we go so well together, Lydia. My sadism, your masochism. Wigan goes for quote 1480 and gets lube your fist with cum and shove it and strongly shove it in while Scoot watches and makes spicy mashed potatoes.
Now I am king. I carry the knife of this factory, the bowl of this.
In my defense, as an ace person, it's out of my control. I'm hoarding my characters. But maybe it's just
I will gather
projection. Hey, difficulty human skills is play on normal, and by the time the game ends, it takes years for me to even think to play the game again. Because I don't play some games very often, one just got corrupted. True. It depends for me. Some games I'm happy to do the hardest difficulty for a trophy, like depending on how good the game is or how much I like it. Oh, this is definitely very amateur. Oh, that's all blood. Lovely. Explain why the characters I relate to the most are incredibly ace. Because, like a lot of ace people, when it comes to you yourself, it's very much, no thanks. But, you know, in a fictional sense, yes please. The veil lifts, the bride is waiting, and in that instance, cradling my children's heads in my palms, I knew I had to unbuild what I constructed. The machine was ever mine, and it fell to me to redeem it and myself. You know what? That makes sense. Yep.
Hear me, Mandus. My gears are adjust. My steam is...
Yeah, I only really noticed it like the previous lift, not the previous one, the one before that. The doors closed. Now the doors aren't here on the elevator thing at all, but they were here as it was going down.
We might make the world clean. Be proud, for this is your doing. Until you steeped me in the blood of your own, I was nothing but rotten architecture. You have made me, and I will make the world.
Just 2 tanky chaps on my disc were so badly scratched for a long while, that's all I could play of that game, and so I basically memorizing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be doing Thief on Master difficulty for a trophy. Oh, custom Master difficulty, basically making Master difficulty even harder. Need hydration from my DJ. Then Subsistence was released. I think I remember finishing Metal Gear Solid 2 once and never going back to it. Metal Gear Solid, I think I finished like 3 times, but the second one I really only did once. In my dreams, I walk with my children. I walk tunnels where no human has trod before. I am sure of that. It's just me and him now. Frost forms on my coat sleeves, and deathly still and freezing air tells me I am close. Vacuum eviscerators. Scalding hoses. The sausagery. Oh, the hydraulic lifts to all the different parts where the pigs got distributed to.
Why did you take my children?
Aye, Mandus. Of all the blood we have spilled together, the
Eviscerated?
first fell from your hands alone.
Then I am damned for a filicide, and everything is lost.
Looks like 1 I've lost count, same with 2, 3 and 4. Never played Peace Walker or 5. No, I played like the intro of 4. I played a bit of Phantom Pain, but that's it. Mass processing, organ distribution tanks, maintenance access. Aha. What the fuck was that thing? You know, that's how late it was for me. I should probably go to bed. No problem at all, Vesp. Thanks for coming as long as you didn't have yourself a good sleep. I'm glad I could have kept you occupied for so long. It's no dream snake eater. You can eat my snakes any day, Lydia. Looking at his face, pig maybe. Yeah, I think it's probably a pig with glowy things on it. Oh no, pigs have gone cyberpunk. That's ladder, yeah. That's probably the thing that people most mention about Metal Gear Solid 3 because of the meme. Actually sing that song quite well. Yeah, but would you sing it for me, Lydia? That kind of voice, I can wholly believe it. Really, so what? Coming in here was actually... What? Oh, is it that bit over there? Beat the end by not playing the game for a week. Yep. So I know someone's actually done a challenge of, can you beat the entire Metal Gear Solid series before the end dies of old age? What bleeding ears? It would not give me bleeding ears, Lydia. If you would be comfortable with it, I would very much like to hear it. I would not, send it to anyone else. He's sent a match. Or just snipe him earlier. I can't remember how I dealt with him. I really can't remember how I dealt with him. I know that I was using the EZ gun the entire game, though. Because... couldn't figure out the camouflage thing at the time. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just putting it on the easiest difficulty and just breezing through. Did I come over there and sing at your windows? Oh, that's... Oh, shit, it's there. No, that's a threat if I've ever heard one. Man pressing an organ distribution tanks. Oh, I don't like this. Sometimes the end where I haven't beaten the end. It's in here with me, isn't it? Why does this feel like it's like the final boss fight? Oh, fuck me! Toxin invisible! Jesus. Oh. Yeah. Can I let Xander back or bait it, Xander? I'd definitely take yours, Xander. Run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Yeah. Can you go out there? Can't go in there. Okay. Laboratory. He'd happily be taken. Oh, Gina's definitely got a much of a fancy for him. Electrogravity suppression, South Tower. Mandus ascending among the spirits. Blood, Mandus, we are steeped in blood, you and I. You wear me like a mask, and we will tear the future loose from the ribcage of the present. We will save them all. Why does the pig remind me of Hog's War right now? No idea. You know what makes me happy? Apart from me?
Only to save you. Only to spare you.
People seem to love us alright.
I would have given my soul
Definitely.
to spare you this world and its
I adore us alright. Or is it alright? Whichever way you're supposed to say it.
Oh, my children. My children. What have I done? What have I become?
Gotta say, even though I knew the kids were dead from the very beginning,
I will put it
never
right
would have
in my
thought
eyes.
that this guy was the main character was the one who killed him.
Righted.
That's
All of
alright.
my sins washed clean.
That's alright. That works. December 1899. Memories. They surface like bloated bodies rising to the scum of the Thames. I looked at them, covered in the blood of their dead mother. Little piglets squalling in their swaddling, and my heart at once was filled with a great love and a consuming hate I could never have imagined. At that point, did my soul split, creating him? Was this the egg of my soul? The moments of the great cloak began to tick. Is this the only path to redemption, to join us together again, to make myself whole, to close the great circle and take that madman to my heart once more, and forgive him, and myself as well?
I love you, my darlings, and I am sorry. I am sorry for all I have done. I simply loved you all too much for this world.
One person who definitely loves Azorite. Bizarrus. Mandus is alone. I search for instruction, for advice, for help in my goals, but in return the system mocks me. Simpleton, it says, you must find your own answers now. Ah, that snuffling's not...
Mandus, put aside your misguided crusade and let me save them. You may hate me, Mandus, but I have seen the future, your 20th century, and let me tell you this, a far greater slaughter awaits you there. I seek to save the world by blood now, before millions fall beneath history, pushed under by blade, bullet, and gas.
Well. What the fuck was that? Oh no. Oh no, not again. Yep, I know he's behind me. Oh man, that really hurts. For fuck's sake, not this kind of bullshit again! Oh, God. He's very far away, so I'm just going to run for it. Still, people don't like this one as much as the original. Yeah, same. One more reason for you to play this. You can never play pure horror, so that's fair. Everyone likes and can deal with different things. I know a fair few people who aren't fans of dealing with horror. So mostly the reason why I'm doing this series. I'm back home. Welcome back, Torian. So the people who aren't the kind who want to play horror but still want to see what happens in them can do so. I need to find a way to get back down there quickly. Can't you see in the game that someone's so bright I couldn't see? Yeah, this is the game's maximum brightness. So I'm seeing everything perfectly.
God help me. I am lost in the dried paper soul of the world.
Right. Enoch, Edwin, Oswald, and I. It's black on white words.
Madness, listen to your heart. You know you are with me. You created me to save the world. I am your friend.
Okay, something seems to be able to be doing there. For the horror version, he was a younger fan of it, wanted to share some horror hybrids that can be entertaining, but those are wearing mostly creature features. Yeah.
I am no more evil than you. We saw the same thing.
There's a vast spectrum with horrors.
Them of their painful, stupid, pointless lives.
Especially with games. I mean, hell, Dino Crisis is a horror game.
Think about what you are doing for your children, Mandus.
Do not speak of my children, monster.
I did not kill your children, Mandus. You sacrificed them on the temple steps, knowing what the coming century would do to them. Your sons will drown, lungs full of mud and shrapnel on the banks of the Somme. You wanted to save them from the horror to come. That is the vision we shared. Everything we have built to avert this coming nightmare. You and I are one. We are the same. Our souls are entangled. We deserve to make them free.
So it's one of those ancient sacrifice pyramids.
Two brothers fall. I have lain with holy wars and copulated with the autumnal fallout. I have dug trenches for the refugees. I have murdered
Rotel's fate with intentions.
the ground never thaws and starved the masses into faith. A child's shadow burnt into the brickwork. A house of skulls in the jungle. The innocent Manders trod and bled and gassed and starved and beaten and murdered and enslaved. This is your coming century. They will eat the Manders. They will make pigs of you all, and they will bury their snouts into your ribs, and they will eat your hearts.
I think I've knocked my light. Yeah, that's better. Gives no idea audio bands. It really doesn't. It's got one audio controller, that's master.
Please, Manders, no. For your children.
Oh god. That was appropriate, right? What the fuck? Thanks, game. Oh, that was creepy. Yes, I agree. Show a child in the brick wall, August 6th at 9:45 for Hiroshima. Yep. Doesn't like having eyes. Fairly certain that's the end. Fairly certain that's the end of the game. Which, if true...
And watch the god I had created die. At the end, when we were cold as the stone we had hewn his body from, when the lights were nearly all extinguished, we heard, in the silent distance, the man-pigs singing to one another. Then, as the last lights were gone, and we lay together in the deep, they drifted away, and all was silent. Such a silence I have never known.
Don't narrate his voice. Yes,
and as
same.
the dust settled on my open eyes, and we lay together embraced forever, I heard, miles above us, the sounds of the city turning over in its sleep. The church bell ringing out, and in that moment, the new century was born.
It's the next game. I don't have time for that today. That's it. Amnesia Machine for Pigs. Developed by the Chinese Room. Frictional Games published it. Yeah, like... The end. I don't want to get copyright claimed on that as well. That might have gotten my the VOD muted on Twitch. There we are. That's it. Still wonder what the fuck happened to Daniel. I think, at least as of that game, it's very much left to, like, who knows? Because there are different endings, and Daniel is not alive for all of them. So I think it's very much a case of we're not making any of these endings canonical at this point, so it's up to our interpretation as to which is the most canonical to it. We might, you know, the next one in the series might be different. That might pick up, because that is... Next we've got Amnesia Rebirth, which we'll be taking on next week.